Hello everybody, Defense here, and welcome back to My Roots, a Minecraft survival playthrough. We are here, just finished putting away some stuff in our new little storage room. I've made one tweak since the last episode, and that was adding one more layer of trim here. It still feels weird. Like, it looks fine from here, but down here it looks a little weird. We're not going to touch this today, though. Still looking for any ideas or you know, thoughts you all have on it. Let me know down below. But what we're gonna do today is kind of clean this up, because we have a lot of new stuff in the area. We've got our whole build over there. We've got our little cliff started over here. We've got our new building. And with that, like, the inside of this has kind of been emptied out, and I never really built in it when we started. I will openly admit that. I kind of just left this alone. And I want to do something about that, so I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to get rid of this floor, I'm going to get rid of that floor, and I'm going to get rid of everything that's on the inside of this as far out as we can make it. And then we're going to kind of play around with it and mainly just change the inside. I might put something off the top. I kind of want to put like my bedroom up top there. I just haven't decided what I want to do yet. This idea pretty much just came to me. So we're going to mess around with it and get on with that. I really have to stop listening to my book when I'm recording. I got a little carried away. I'm going to say I'm done with the outside. I did a fair amount. I extended things out, put a little bit of wood in. I really just want to add color, because it is just cobblestone and mossy cobblestone. So we kind of extended things out a little bit more, added a little bit of an entrance to each side, added some little flower pots here. For those who have been around the channel a while, you'll know that spruce trapdoors are the best trapdoors, but they don't exist right now, so we've got these trapdoors. They're not terrible, but they are not spruce trapdoors. So I really like the way this all looks coming in on the place. Up close, obviously you can't see all of the exterior details, but when you're coming in from over here, you know, coming along our little path, and you come on up, you kind of get to see a bit more of what's going on. So I put a little bit of a deck upstairs. So we're gonna swing on in here and take a look. A lot more wood. I got a little wood happy. So we're all cleared out downstairs. I don't know what I'm going to put down here yet. We've got our main floor. Then we've got this floor, which will probably be the bedroom. It'll be a bed. I'll set up some chests, some armor stands. We're going to do some decoration. It is 1.7, so there isn't a ton of options to use for like in-house decoration. But I'm going to try and see what I can do, because again, it's not something I am the best at. So we're going to play around with it. I am considering knocking this whole row back one and adding in the wood, but I kind of like just having a small wooden deck up here with the rest of this. The main reason I did this, I wanted to be able to see everything from a little bit of height, and I really like it. It is very nice. Obviously, we haven't done much over here yet, but we will. But kind of being able to see all of our stuff from up here does bring in a whole nother dimension. Speaking of which, I have to put pressure plates on those. I'll have to remember that for later. I love that the render distance has been increased a little, so we can kind of see our builds over there. And we're going to be adding in a whole ton more. I've got a few other plans, so I should get started on this and kind of finish it up. It's just one of those things that always kind of holds me back. I'm not the best at interior decoration, so this one may be a little bit more work now and then a feedback kind of thing. So let me see what I can do, and let me just see what I decide to do with each level, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm pretty happy with how this interior turned out. This area, so I was going to put in armor stands and stuff like that. They don't exist yet as far as I can find, so they'll be added in the future. I like having armor stands around. You know, something like right there. This floor is probably the plainest. I may do a couple of picture frames down here just to kind of fit stuff in. But I'm pretty happy with this one as it is. As I said, some some armor stands would be nice. And I think I may end up grabbing a couple of plant pots and putting some plants in them. just to add a little extra pop of color. The bedroom I'm pretty happy with. I know it's just more books, but honestly, this is fun. Well, I shouldn't say fun. I like it. Most of my bedroom growing up was just bookshelves and pictures and paintings. As many as I could fit. And usually one rug. Not this rug. This would be a cool color though, but definitely not. And then upstairs, I'm going to leave this plain. I was thinking about putting some like chair looking things up here, but I like the freedom of moving around, and I may actually drop these down one and leave it, but I'm undecided. So remember, we are in 1.7.10. So if you guys do have any ideas of other items we could use to kind of decorate the inside of this, please do feel free to let me know. Downstairs, I had this idea just as we were finishing the end of the prior clip to kind of just fill this out with some ores, and I'm pretty happy with it. Displaying some diamonds, we got lapis, iron, coal, gold, redstone, a little bit more coal just because we have a boatload of coal. I like it. I think it does fill out the place nicely. I tried to hide my torches a little bit more, just so you don't blatantly see a torch on the floor, but we don't have many lighting options in early Minecraft, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think the inside of this, I'm going to call it again like 90% done. There will be add-ons and upgrades as we continue through the versions of Minecraft. As I said, we'll put some armor stands in here. We'll get a couple other, decorative items in here going forward. And as I was also saying, anything you guys recommend in the comments down below, I'm going to take a look at, see if we can fit it in. So let's take a couple of kind of still pictures so you guys can kind of see a little bit more of what's going on. I do kind of want to put some vines on this, and I do have string so I can stop them from like growing extra. But I also like a little bit more of the clean look. The other option I was considering was changing all of this out for stone brick and mossy stone brick. But I don't know how I feel about that, because it kind of pulls away from like the, the jungle vibe of us just finding this out here. So I do like it. I like that it's like slightly upgraded. Gives us that little rooftop terrace. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Not a patio or a deck, but a rooftop terrace. But I think that's pretty much a set here. I am, as I said, very happy with it. I think I'm going to do... So I have 2 more projects planned for over here, and I don't know which one I want to do next. So we have a bridge, which is going to go over here, and we have a horse stable for over here. I do already have a design for the horse stable, and we do have 2 bridges, and I don't know how I want to do bridges yet. So I do think I'm going to leave those. I'm going to get some stuff together so we can get ourselves a horse stable going, mainly just so I can ride my horse around places and actually ride him around places and not just, leave him over there forever. I like how much adding even something small and really serving no purpose does add a ton, just so much to an area. So we've got our little horse stable in here now. We've got our horse. I threw some armor on, so they honestly look pretty awesome. I do really like the iron armor. I think it looks really cool. And I'm pretty happy with it. So obviously it's only running, a little 3-piece, but I'm still pretty happy with it. We've got 2 stalls in here. Obviously, we only have 1 horse right now. I was about to say, where'd he go? Ooh, okay, that is part of our problem. I was worried about that. We'll have to play around with these. Let's move a couple of these away. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We'll just leave a little stack of hay. Or straw, technically. It is hay. They call it hay, even though it's straw, but we'll ignore that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's loosely based on our larger design from over there. I changed up the roof a little just because of spacing, and I didn't want it to be giant. If I did the same height, we'd be pushing almost to that block right there, and I think it would have just kind of overpowered the central building here. So we do have to do something with the back. It is very plain on this side, so coming up or even seeing it from elsewhere is gonna be a little weird. Yeah, we'll have to figure out something for the back here. It is rather plain. But aside from that, I'm honestly pretty happy with it. Sorry, my dog just made a really weird noise. But yeah, the only thing we have left, we still haven't given our horse a name. I've had a couple of names thrown out there. I'm going to check this. If you guys could put some comments down below for names for our horse here. I've got a couple more from the last one, and I'm going to wait until about Thursday or Friday for this. And I will put a poll with the current listed horse names in for everyone to vote on. And hopefully their next episode or the episode after will have that vote fully done, and we'll be able to go from there. And then we'll give our horse a name. I do have the name tag right here, so I don't have any place to put it though. We will name our horse, and we'll kind of go from there. There are more horses in the area, I'm going to assume, because we have had Chunks update all around over there and over there. So we'll definitely be able to, you know, kind of go around and find more horses in the future. But for now, we've got just the one. So even if, you know, the name you like doesn't get picked, there's a really high chance it'll probably get picked for another horse. So feel free to still put them in there. But I'm just going to put our name tag in here. So if I forget where it was, please remind me. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. It's two rather kind of fun projects for me. This was honestly fun. I want to do more in here, but we don't have Podzol, and we don't have, well, actually we don't have Podzol yet. It has been added, if I remember correctly. It was added in 1.7. So we'll definitely get some Podzol going in here. Coarse dirt is not a thing yet, so that kind of takes it away, but we'll kind of do a little bit more decoration. I'm gonna have to figure out what to put across the back of here. I might just put a tree. Ooh. Oh, that's annoying. I might just put a tree there. I don't know yet. I think this is going to be a good place for us to wrap it up today. So as always, if you guys did enjoy, please do let me know with a like down below. And if you have any feedback or ideas or names, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But as always, I want to thank you for stopping in. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope you all have a nice night, day, morning, evening, or whatever it is, or wherever you are. This is my defense. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.